Welcome to Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Tarentum and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Burl in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington.
Hi everybody, welcome once again to Sportsline Trivia. It's an hour's worth of sports talk. We do give away some prizes. If you accept a trivia question from us, you'd like to show off your smarts and what have you. So for the next 60 minutes, by the way, the phone number 724-236-0430. Give us a call, and we already have somebody on the line ready to kick it off. And Jim Barton joins us here tonight. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
Sir. And Mike is off on an assignment with Highlands girls basketball. So he's away, and then next week I'll be gone on a Monday night.
Big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill.
12s. All right, folks, if you call the program, you want to know what you're eligible for or how you may become eligible, here are the rules for winning prizes on the game, on the show. You can win a prize every other week. The brand salami and the mystery profile can be won only once in the calendar month. You can try the mystery profile once a calendar month, just once. Multiple choice questions, you have 15 seconds to answer. The grand salami at 20. The mystery profile, we go clue by clue, and we try to prompt you on to, move it, move it, move it. First time callers, 2 or more prizes with a correct answer. And if you've not called the show in a year, we say you are new. Answers to the questions here on the program can be obtained by going to my website, doubledribblebob.com, and my radio show every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, which, by the way, sponsored in part by the Hot Dog Guys, is on WAVL at 10 a.m., 9:10 on the AM dial. Okay?
10 a.m.
10
on
a.m.
9:10.
on 9:10. All right, folks, we all know what happened to the Steelers, the Penguins, some interesting news with the Pittsburgh Penguin hockey team. Let's take our first commercial break and come back, and we'll talk about that with you and whatever else you'd like to chat about. So, again, the number, 724-236-0430, back in a flash.
Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Accidents happen. Are you prepared? You can be with a wide range of homeowners insurance options from Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. My first book on sports is available not only through the internet, but at various local businesses in the AK Valley. It's Bob Tattern's Sports Minutes. Short sports stories, odd and unusual, fascinating and funny, only take about a minute to read. Go online to doubledribblebob.com, where links are provided for Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Word Association to get book information. Get your copy locally at Costello Printing in Tarentum, Blackburn's in Tarentum, Myrna's Brewery Outlet in New Kensington, or the Hot Dog Guys Lower Burl. You've heard it said before that where you buy your vehicle is just as important as what you buy. Let the experienced sales staff at Tower Auto Sales, Freeport Street or Road in Blawnox, help you with your selection. Just buy it is what they say at Tower Auto. Call Mike Fanto at 412-828-6202, or, like most people, just drop in. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing very good. How about yourself?
Disappointed with the Steeler game?
Absolutely, but it was a good game.
What a dumb question, by the way.
Yeah.
Disappointed with the Steelers.
Well, with the pick of the Penguin game and
Yeah,
the
going on it.
Steeler game, both losses at the very end, and what can you do?
Well, let's talk with our people calling in tonight and see what's going on in their minds. Welcome to the program. Who's number one?
Hey guys, how are you?
Go ahead. Try it again.
Hello.
All right, there he is. Tony, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Who's with you tonight?
Jim.
The hot dog guy.
Oh, the hot dog guys. Okay. All right. Brown. He ain't the only one that doesn't know where he's at on the field. It's amazing how this team is lost on a football field. I mean, you're running down the sidelines. It is the sidelines. You could step out of bounds. And he's not paying attention where he's running. And he had plenty of room to get past that guy. Now, even though he did go into the end zone and they said he stepped out, even though if he didn't step out, of all the guys that throw the ball all over the field, Ben threw it, I think, forward. What do you guys think?
Well, according to Antonio Brown, like you were saying, that he guarantees that it was a lateral pass.
Okay.
Did you catch the post-game interview with, or I should say the press conference with Brown?
Yeah, I watched
Okay.
it.
Well, he said it was definitely a lateral. It was definitely a lateral.
What would he say?
No, Tony, I know, but did you?
Absolutely. You just go, oh no, it was in front of me.
Well,
I understand that, but I mean, they probably would have reviewed it.
Couple
and the
of
way
things-
he's going this year, they
Couple
would have
of
said
things
no. It's
come to
not.
mind about that, Tony.
It's not any good.
Let's say
it's just ridiculous what this what you're watching on TV. You talk about disarray. Oh my God, it's awful. I mean, nobody knows what anybody's doing. I mean, how long are we going to go with Sylvester pushing it back, grabbing, holding, on punts and kickoffs? This has been going on for a couple of years now.
Yeah, Sylvester did a bad hold. There was no doubt about that.
He continues to do it time after time after time, and there he is. He's out there on special teams.
Tony, that play by Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have if he just wore a size 7 shoe. That would have been a great play, just like the immaculate reception. That would have been something we talk about for years.
That's right.
Oh, we'll still talk about this one for years, but
Not on a positive note.
now here's when they started lateraling the ball all over the field. Understand, officials were not necessarily where they line up for the start of a play, so nobody would have caught Ben's lateral or forward lateral either way,
I don't
necessarily.
Think, I don't think they would have had a good camera.
So yeah,
They review all scores.
but how do you do that on the replay if it's real close?
Well, I don't know.
What do you have, a
they'll
protractor
look
somewhere?
at it, and if they can't decide one way or the other, then they'll give them the touchdown. But we didn't have to worry about that because he stepped out.
It's all over.
Yeah, I mean, not paying attention where you're running. He had plenty of room too.
There was another thing, Tony, we were talking about. If you go back to the 1956 World Series when Don Larson pitched his perfect no-hit game, I think Dale Mitchell was a final batter. Am I correct?
That's possible.
Well, but
yeah.
the point was, he worked his way, I think, to a 3-2 count. And when the next pitch came in, it was a little bit high and a little bit outside, but he called it a strike. And why?
Who knows?
Okay, but so the point that I was trying to make was, couldn't the officials say, well, it was, it wasn't that much. Let's give him the corner. Too bad.
I think in the 70s they would have done something like that, but today they have way too many cameras.
Compared to today, it was probably a lot closer than today. I mean, I'm watching foot and a half outside. They're calling strikes. You're inside. It's
Oh, you're talking about baseball. It's all
And
up
then,
to
you
the
know,
umpire.
the defense. I mean, it looks like a Chinese fire drill out there.
Our
you know,
defense, you mean
I mean,
Steelers?
this team huddled up. It wasn't like it was running a quick offensive. They would have them come out, and they're pointing, no, you take him, I take him, he takes him. How about the guy up there buying the hot dog? Have him come down and take that guy. It is so pathetic what's going on down there. And then you go to the news conference, and that guy is so arrogant. And finally, last week, I heard one of the sports writers say that. He said, you go to the news conference, and he's so arrogant, you know, when you ask him questions and that like that. Do me a favor. Don't go. Have him walk into an empty place.
You talking about Mike Tomlin?
Yeah, who else? Who else? I mean, you know, he is the head coach. He is the Fuhrer. He has to know everything what's going on, you know, what they're doing. It doesn't seem like it. Seems like anybody's doing what they want. And
Did you read the article in the Sunday paper on the sports page locally, right on the front page, when he was talking about his normal routine on kickoffs? He said he always runs down the field. Well, one of the reporters went to NFL.com and reviewed 142 of the last Steeler kickoffs, and he never did it. So he blatantly lied.
well, naturally.
Yeah, when they were talking, he said he did it all the time. I couldn't remember him.
Well, maybe he
Standing on the white
thinks
line.
he does it all the time. You know, he's so confused. Maybe he thinks he's running up and down the field.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, I'll tell you, this is bad. And then, I don't know. And then here's another thing. Boys and girls, what's the Pirates doing on the free agency? Zip, zilch,
Oh, there's
nothing.
not too much out there, Tony.
Huh?
There's not too much out there.
Well,
I know.
They have to replace some people.
All right. Oh, yeah. I was looking in the paper, and they had their wish list for free agency. You know, and the biggest things we need to fulfill is first baseman, shortstop, and the starting pitching. Now, starting pitching, we're pretty good on. You know, A.J. Burnett, we don't know what he's going to do.
Well, that's ridiculous, waiting this long. You know, they say, well, they're waiting for him. Well, by the time they wait for him, there'll be spring training.
Right. Well, I think they're going to take care of it during the winter meetings.
It's just ridiculous. And the way he finished up last year, he didn't help them at all.
Well, did you hear how much money they do have?
No, I didn't really hear.
Something about $15 million, I think they
Which
have.
is peanuts.
Is peanuts, yeah, to go out to the free agent
peanuts.
market.
Yeah, but I understand that because it's always that way. Of course, you know, I mean, they didn't sell out for years, but still they had decent crowds. Okay, I understand that, you know, like that. But it seems like we never have enough money for anybody.
Well, they should have more money this year because I think this was this year they had the second highest sellout in the history of the Pirates.
But they
Right,
don't have
right,
to
yeah.
use
That's
them.
most
Yeah,
definitely.
True. Plus, they're getting some kind of a Major League Baseball payout for TV.
Yeah, they always got that.
Yeah. So then there's the sharing, the revenue sharing.
You know, years ago when they got that, I was watching. Well, the Pirates were actually playing the Yankees at the Yankee Stadium. You know, it was one of those, play American League team.
Interleague.
Yeah, interleague, and it was so bad that I tried to call Yankee Stadium. Well, in fact, I did get through to Yankee Stadium. I wanted to go. I asked the lady. I says, "Can you give me the Steinbrenner's box?" And she said, "No, I can't do that because I wanted to tell them. You see what that money you're giving to the Pirates? What they're doing with it? They're putting it in their pocket with that garbage they got out on that field. That game was so disgusting." You know, and I don't know. I said last year after the Pirate season, hey, you know, good season, wonderful season, but after 21 years, I expected more. You know, get to the World Series, please, because you know what?
We could have possibly done it.
That's right. That's right. We could have possibly
We could have
done
beat
it.
St. Louis.
Within 2 games last year?
Yeah,
was it
we
2
could have
games?
beat St. Louis.
Yeah, but I said, you know what? Some guys had career years last year and helped us get to where we did get. And now, don't look forward to that again. So I figure, well, if they pick up a couple good ball players, you know, maybe, like you said, a good starting pitcher, first baseman, shortstop, somebody that could hit. Now, we gave away a good bat. Bird.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. But I know his age, and he signed for a lot of money. But still, he came through. Every time we needed that hit, he came through. We needed a fly ball, he came through. We needed a ball to hit to the right side, he came through. All the other guys on that team,
I don't know what happened to Morneau.
How many games could have won?
I don't know.
How many games could have won if they hit the ball to the right side? Or even a fly ball could have won us games. Or even laid down a good bunt.
That's why
could have
Jay
won
Bell's
us games.
gone. They
Fundamentally starved they were. Well, I'm going to get off the Pirates because they ain't till next month. Or, February they go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the...
All right. So
Pitchers
I
and
just wanted to,
catchers.
say that. But now, what do you think about these bowl games? How did you like that this past weekend?
Oh, I enjoyed them.
Did you enjoy it? So
yes.
did I. I mean, there was a lot of good games.
I know Pitt's going to be playing in the Little Caesar Bowl.
Yeah.
That's a lot better than the, what was that called? The BBVA Compass Bowl? So
What is
I think that's a step up, don't you believe?
Oh.
Okay, well, I mean, we have FSU playing Auburn for the BCS title. And I'm
Good battle.
I think I'm going to pick Florida.
You're going to pick Florida State?
I'm going to pick Florida State because Auburn had a little bit of a problem with Missouri.
Well, yeah. But you know what? If Missouri could have tackled, they'd have won that game. Oh, man, we should get on them guys. Sounds like the Steelers. Yeah, let's draft the whole Missouri team. It'll be perfect. It'll fit right in. You know.
And they won't give up as
I
much
tell you,
chunky
I
yards.
think they better clean house down there at the Steelers, and, including LeBeau. Sorry, LeBeau, but you got to go. I mean, now he stands on the sideline. He stares in the sky. I don't know. I think he still thinks he's playing in Detroit.
That's
I wonder
'cause he's
why he don't
wondering
have a
what's going
uniform on sometimes. That's how he looks. He mumbles to himself. I don't know. I'm good. Let's get off of that. So, guys, it's time for me to go for the Grand Salami.
All right, obviously, since you are the first caller, you have choices 1 through 5 in front of you.
1, 2, 5. Let me have number 3.
All right, let's get it up on the screen for everybody to see the question. And Tony, you have 20 seconds. All right?
2-0.
All right,
All right.
here's your question.
2-0.
Who was the second major leaguer to hit home runs in his first 2 World Series at bats? 20 seconds.
Now, wait a minute. Repeat that again. Who was?
Who was the second major leaguer to hit home runs in his first 2 World Series at bats?
At bat. Second.
No, it's 10 seconds.
Boy. That's a toughie. Who was the first? Second? Oh, boy. I don't know. I'll tell you. Let's try Johnny Mize.
Well, it was Andrew Jones.
He hit 2 home runs in his first 2 World Series?
First 2 World Series at bats.
Okay.
Now, you obviously remember who the first one was to do it.
I always do, yeah.
You obviously do. Gene Tennis.
Oh, that's right, from West Deer.
From West Deer, Russellton.
West
yeah.
Deer.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, I remember him doing it, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Tony,
guys. We'll
thank
see
you.
Bye-bye.
All right, break time here on Sportsline Trivia. Gentlemen, do we have another caller ready to go? All right, we're going to take that second call after the break. So let's do the break right now. And Mr. Tampa Bay will be on the phone with us when we return. Stay aboard.
Auction and Discount Warehouse, Route 380, Murraysville.
See us first for holiday decorations and supplies. Our entire inventory's on sale at discount prices. Don't wait. Supplies are limited. Since you'll spend less than you thought on decorations, see us for gifts. Our inventory of new name brand furniture, tools, housewares, pet supplies, automotive supplies, and toys are also on sale at discount prices.
Get to 380 Auction and Discount Warehouse today, Route 380, Murraysville.
Arnold Furniture has been the area's favorite furniture store for over 37 years. The selection just can't be beat. 4 floors of living room, dining room, recliners, bedding, accessories, and so much more. You'll always find friendly personal service from the Miller family, and you'll love the prices where we consistently beat the competition. Plus, free local delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old furniture guaranteed. Visit Arnold Furniture online at arnoldfurnitureinc.com or stop in and see us today.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
And on our program, when you have an opportunity to call in, if you want to try our mystery profile, it is sponsored by Mattio's Pizza and Subs. And if you get it on the first of the 5 clues that we have out there for you, you win $100 in prize coupons. Now, back to Mattio's. They're open tonight until 9 o'clock. Everything on their menu is made with quality ingredients, and it's more than pizzas. It's their gyro sandwiches and subs, and their signature sandwich, the Iron Man Hoagie. All right? Mattio's, located at 1000 Broadview Boulevard, Brackenridge Heights, and the phone number is 724-904-7312. All right, we are back, and we want to welcome Mr. Tampa Bay. How are you, sir? Welcome to the program.
Hey, guys. How you doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Hey, that Mattio's Iron Man hoagie is very good.
Well, thank you.
Have you ever finished one?
I eat them every time I go there.
You can eat a whole Iron Man hoagie?
A whole one.
Wow.
How many times have you done this, for Pete's sakes?
Let's see. I had 4 of them.
At least 4.
Wow.
At least
They're
4.
huge.
Oh, I know. When I get one, I take it home, and my wife and I, it'll take us 4 days to finish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
one
impressive.
I ate it there. When
That's
it was down
amazing.
in Trunham.
Well,
I
then-
ate it there down at the park.
You made their wall of fame then, right?
Yeah,
Good.
So you up there 4 times?
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm up there 4 times.
Each one you're a little
but
bigger.
I ate them 4 times. But the reason I'm calling is I think the Steelers, they're over with. But I don't think nothing's going to change for next year. I think Todd Haley's going to be there next year. Everybody say he's going to go. But after Sunday, I don't think Todd Haley's going to go. I think the only person who's going to change is the defensive coordinator. I think Dick LeBeau is going to step down because I think they already have somebody in place in replace to him.
Who's
And
that?
then I got to be in agree with Tony about the Pittsburgh Pirates. I think it was a one-deal shot for the Pirates to go for a winning season. It was last year when they had a chance to go to the World Series by 2 games. I don't think they're going to go. I think they're going to have a losing season starting again this year. They don't go out and spend money. It's a shame to say because I'm a big diehard Pirate fan, and I'm going to probably kick myself in the butt because I'm saying it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I disagree with that. I think they're going to try and better this team. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say that Huntington's going to go out and try to better this team. If they make it as far, I don't know. I hope so. I really enjoyed last season.
Somebody had a thought once, and I'm interested in knowing how you folks look at something like this. They would take the entire, was it 32 teams, or 30? 30 teams. We get 5 in each of the 6 divisions. Take the 15 biggest markets and put them in a separate league. Then take your smaller markets. It's still Major League, okay? But it's the other league. And at the end of the season, they're always going to be favored, but you've got a team that spends less money on their payroll versus a team that is spending a lot more.
I've heard that before. I think that was probably because of you. You told me it. That'd be my guess.
But you know what?
But you know
it
what?
breaks up all of the rivalries and the.
Well, you say get rid of revenue sharing, though? And have a smaller market and a bigger market?
That happens. The Nuttings are putting all their money in Seven Springs and all that resort out there.
Yeah, that's true
And
there.
they don't spend no money on the Pirates. They haven't spent the money since they got the Pirates, and it's the same deal year after year. If Mark Cuban was interested in the Pirates, he would probably spend some money on it. Mary Lemieux would have done the same thing if he would have had a chance to buy the Penguins like he did a couple years ago.
Mark Cuban would have done the same thing.
And Lemieux, they both went after the Pirates.
Yeah, they both went after the Pirates.
I hope you're wrong, but you know, I would love to see the Pirates do it again. I would just love it.
And when you think about it, normally the Steelers are, you know, up in there.
Right.
You would have the Penguins, and you would have three major franchises.
I hear that from a
put
lot
in
of
the
people.
city.
It's like, why can't we have 3 winning teams in one season? It just never happens.
Is that?
But what you were saying about the Steelers, I agree with you there. I think the defense needs changing. Well, that's obvious. They give up huge chunks of yardage. What, a 55-yard run?
Well,
another
they
huge
exposed
run.
the pass defense that they had yesterday, allowing.
Yes. Well, pass
they
defense, run defense.
Run defense really blew the game yesterday.
I mean, look at the offensive line. They've been 13 different configurations of offensive lines.
They've had injuries to cope with and everything else.
It's amazing how much injuries they had to the offensive line. It's different almost every game.
Yeah.
But,
also, another thing on Neal. Did he hit the? What's going to happen with? I can't believe they fined Neal 5 games, suspended Neal for 5 games. Are they going to suspend Thornton for a longer time?
We don't know about Thornton until Neal's. They're going to decide before game time tonight. I believe that's correct. But Thornton, they're going to. Yeah, it's up to 5 games. But remember, it's Brendan Shanahan. Brendan Shanahan. He just don't like us for some reason. But yeah, I don't know. Of course, he claims his innocence. You know, Neal does. That he was just skating by, and if he hit him, he didn't really mean it.
It looked like a clean shot. I mean, it didn't even look like he hit him.
Well, that is Marchand.
The cheap shot on Orpik was a blow.
That was
I heard
Thornton should get at least 5 or not more.
He should get a hefty fine with it too.
Absolutely.
So that's loss of income plus the fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would hope so, but we just got to wait to see what the disciplinary Brendan Shanahan does.
Well, Neal's going to lose $120,000.
And we're going to lose him for some games. Malkin's down. Yeah. There goes our second line.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to take the multiple choice question because I'm not that great on salamis anymore.
Well, I've got a let's see. I've got 1, 2. I have 2 out of the remaining 4 that are football questions. But you do what you want.
I'll go for a grand salami.
Pick a number. 1, 2, 4, or 5.
I'll take number 5.
Well, you took baseball.
Okay. I knew that Andre Jones was the other one.
In light of the fact that you have served our country proudly, we will give you number 4. Football.
Okay.
There you go.
You ready?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Mr. Tampa Bay?
I am ready.
You got 20 seconds, right?
Roughly.
Who holds the NFL record for completing the most passes in one game? Let me repeat that for you. Who holds the NFL record for completing the most passes in one game?
I'd have to say Jim Kelly.
No.
No? Okay. I tried.
Does he have 20 seconds to answer? Like it's
done. He's,
okay.
Yeah.
It's Drew Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe?
Yep.
Now,
he's been coming up in quite a few of your answers.
Let me tell you what, and I don't know how they got this figured out. But the fact that his game went overtime helped him out.
Oh, yeah?
45 passes completed
Wow.
in one game. 45. But the game went overtime. So
Yeah, when I have computer access, I read up on your Trivial daily, and I saw him on a couple of your questions on your Trivial.
okay.
So
Well,
I do read up on your Trivial when I have computer access.
I thank you.
I'm down in Beth Center School District right now in Bellasville. So I don't have computer access.
Okay. Well, we gave you a shot, Bill. Thank you.
Yep. You have a good one, guys.
All right.
Hey, you take care.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah, Drew Bledsoe, I forget the year, but the game, can you imagine, though, completing 45?
No.
45 passes in one game.
That's how many runs did they try? How many attempts? 45 passes.
my
That's a
gosh.
lot of passes.
Well, you figure that's, if it was a four-quarter game, you're looking at, 10 plus in a quarter, but we don't know what they did in overtime. Plus,
Are we
when
talking
you go
about
to a
completed?
two-minute
Yeah.
drill, when you go to a two-minute drill, or if you're behind and you got to throw pass after pass after pass, different. But the game of football, I mean, you can't compare it. It's just like hockey or baseball or anything else. Certain parts of the ball game demand or bring on different ways you go about your attack to get it. So
Weather.
yeah, if you got
your
a bad
opponent.
day, you're going to run the football.
Right.
So
Now, these are 45 completed passes. I mean, that's like
Right.
Brady numbers.
yeah. Oh, by the way, did you see that final score?
No.
New England wins by 1 over Cleveland. Anyway,
I was hoping Cleveland.
all right, who do we have on the line? Hello.
Hi, Bob. How are you? Mike from Arnold.
All right, say hello to Jim.
Hi, Jim. Hey, wish me luck tomorrow. Bob, I'm getting my cataract on my left eye.
Oh, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
I had it before P6K. So. What I wanted to ask you, would you say your partner's name was Jim?
Jim.
Jim, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, do you think that touchdown that Troy scored was really a touchdown? Did it actually go over the plane itself?
Well, they looked at it.
Which
and
one?
That's when he intercepted it, and he dove over and he held the ball over the pylon. Yeah, he looked way out of bounds, but according to the referees or the umpire, whoever's there,
Yeah.
they called it a good touchdown. So I have to agree with
I
them.
was wondering too because I thought it was out of bounds as well.
They seem pretty lenient on that kind of a play in college.
Is that the one they replayed over and over again
Oh,
with
yeah.
the 2 feet dragging across the line?
Oh no! This is when Troy Polamalu intercepted it, and he ran it back and he dove over. The NFL rule says that the goal line goes around the world
And then some.
and then some.
And I seen that too, where they almost won the game until he stepped out of bounds. Now, where I was laying on my couch, I didn't even notice if he stepped out of bounds or was on the line or not.
You're always on the couch,
It
Mike.
was really close.
I know. I live on the couch, Bob.
All right, Mike. Well, I guess you want to go trivia, right?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to get multiple choice. What do you have besides multiple choice, Bob?
Do you want to do it?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. He said, Paul. I thought he was making a choice.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know what other...
What do you have other than?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we got multiple choice, as you well know. We have the Grand Salami, where we give you it's a fairly tough question, but if you get it, you get a salami, all right? And you get another $100 in gift prizes, gift certificates to the local restaurants or supermarkets, what have you.
It's a good deal.
Let me try the other one, the other gentleman here.
What do you want to try, salami?
I'll try, I guess.
All right, here's what you do. We have 1, 2, and 5 remaining. So pick a number, and we'll ask you a question.
1, I'll go even. 2.
Okay. This is your first ever attempt, right?
Yeah, for the salami, yeah.
Right. Okay. He wants you, Paul, or Jim.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you ready?
Ready?
Who was the first baseball manager to win 500 games with 3 different teams?
No, 3 different teams.
500 games.
That's a tough
with
one.
I got
each.
it on the tip of my tongue. 3 different teams.
Right. 500 here, 500 there, 500 there, you know.
National League, American League.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I was going to say the old manager, Red Sparky
Sparky Anderson?
Anderson, yeah.
Nope, it was Leo DeRocher.
Oh.
It was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
okay,
it goes
gentlemen,
back.
thank you, and
All
Merry
right.
Christmas to you guys.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you, and good luck on that eye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, Michael. It is break time here in the program. When we come back, again, we'll have some folks to chat with. In fact, I think right here in the studio audience. So be with us, stay with us, keep with us. All right, we'll be back in a flash.
This is where you get the absolute freshest deli meats and cheeses. Fazio's Italian Deli in Arnold. At Fazio's, you're getting only the best and freshest selection. Fazio's has its own bakery and offers you fresh baked bread, rolls, pastries, and more. Pick up individual salads to go, Italian sausages, hoagies, custom-made sandwiches, even party trays for your next get-together. Freshness and quality every time at Fazio's Italian Deli, Leishman and Dre in Arnold.
There once was a hungry road that wouldn't let drivers get very far. It wore out their tires, forcing them to buy new ones. Then along came the Michelin Man who proved the right tire changes everything. With long-lasting tires in place, those drivers were back on the road to saving money. Drive longer with the Michelin Defender tire, backed by a 90,000-mile limited warranty. Michelin, a better way forward.
Available at Highland Tire under the bridge in Tarentum and Freeport Road in Natrona Heights. Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Westmoreland provides a full range of coverage for all of your automobile needs. Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557.
And there are over 40 years of experience with Tower Auto Sales at the same location on Freeport Road in Blawnox. Let the good people at Tower Auto help you with the selection of your next pre-owned vehicle. Tower Auto Sales, get a hold of Mike Fanto, area code 412-828-6202. Folks, don't forget my radio show Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock on WAVL radio and on the AM dial. They're at 910. Not hard to find.
Nope.
Good booming 5,000 watt signal.
It's right after 909.
You and your brother used to be on WAVL.
That is correct. That's correct. My brother did the morning show. He had him and Captain Dave, Paul Walker. There were several of them. And I was taped. I did sports. I was the sports director for the WAVL.
Okay. Let's go to our audience, and Brother Paul is ready to go.
My old boss.
Your old boss.
What?
Hey, guys. Love the show. Glad to be here.
Boy.
That's a DVE reference.
Good to have you. You wanted to talk hockey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have a question. Yeah, in regards to the goaltending for the Pittsburgh Penguins, do any of you believe Fleury needs a little bit of a break?
I think Fleury's been playing a lot lately. Especially last night, he gave up that goal. But they were up 2-1, 30 seconds left, and I mean, they gave up 2 goals within a minute and a half. That hurts. I mean, Fleury, I think he has something to prove. But Zatkov, I mean, the backup goaltender they brought up from Wilkes-Barre,
yeah,
he had a heck of a November. He was 4-0,
Yep.
And his goals against average were like 944, something like that.
Point
And,
944. Yeah.
Point 944. Yeah, 944 would be terrible. I think they should let Zakoff play a couple more games, give Fleury a little more of a break, like they did when they had Okunin.
Right. I have mixed feelings about, because Fleury is so up on the game most of the time. The thing that he does that irritates a lot of people is
Playing the puck
away from where he should be. And it cost him a couple of times.
He's not as good as he thinks he is when he plays the puck. He is no Brodeur. So stay in the net.
Right.
Unless nobody's coming in on you.
But look how many times, Paul, that, especially in the playoffs, where he came up so big. So
well, the last year, the playoffs last year really hurt him. It's in his head. You know how goaltenders are. They say they're, I don't know how you say it, but he let in some soft goals, and they really, I'm going to say this. They should give him another chance. Of course they will. If he has a really good season and he goes into playoffs this coming playoff season, I think he'll do hopefully a better job.
And he's not an old man.
No.
What
is he, 27?
29.
Well, he was pushing 30 last I heard.
Okay.
So,
boy, time flies.
You know what he used to do? He'd drive around Pittsburgh on his way to a practice. He'd come to a stoplight, and as people were walking in front of the car, he'd hit the button to roll down the window and say, "Can you tell me where the Civic Arena is?"
That would be fun to watch. A little skinny kid.
Yeah. See if anybody recognized him.
Yeah, I just think it's a long season. They should rotate a little more. He's got a good break this week. They play tonight, and then they have 3 days off, and they play again Friday. That was, the last schedule. He played every game, didn't he? I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? There are hockey teams that make goaltending changes, just as we have done at times, especially when somebody's gotten into his kitchen and he's distracted from the game. He's not playing it the way he should. Something is bothering the guy. Get him the heck out of there.
Right. Well, you got to look at it too. Maybe in the 50s and 60s, they only had one goaltender. There was no backup.
Without a mask.
Without a mask.
Well, you got to keep in mind too. Goaltenders are a different breed of hockey player. They're probably the most superstitious of them all. If you got pucks going in softly, then it does work on their mental aptitude when it comes to their psyche. Yeah.
Well, you mean their special breed of people? They do talk to their posts and they
They do.
They talk to the goalpost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they cheer on the goalposts. They tap them with their sticks.
Well, they thank them with the goalpost.
Yes, they do. They thank the. Yeah, they're a different breed of people.
Do you know when a puck hits the pipes, they do not count it as a shot on goal?
No, they do not.
Really?
No,
I didn't know
they
that.
do not. So it's a heck of a way to make a save, but it's not a shot on goal.
That's loud too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really loud. I can imagine a ringing in the ears, but a thankful ringing.
Anything else?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Let's jump to a trivia question.
Sure.
So polite.
I apologize. I'm a little starstruck here, Bob.
With Bob, of course.
Bob, yes.
All right. We haven't had a. Of course, no. We've got 2 Grand Salamis remaining, 1 and 5. We have the mystery profile, and every question on the multiple choice list is available.
All right. I'm going to have to go with the multiple choice because I'm lousy with the mystery.
All right. Can I, for good luck, do you want to do
No,
this?
you can
Or
do
do you
it.
want me to
I
do
did
this?
the last one.
Here we go. Multiple choice, and it's going to be up on the screen momentarily. Folks at home can see it, as well as our guest here in the studio, Paul. And the question is, what major leaguer hit the first 2 World Series home runs at the original Yankee Stadium? So this goes back You remember Wally Pipp? Wally Pipp was the guy that Lou Gehrig replaced to begin his consecutive game playing streak. So Wally Pipp, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, or Casey Stengel. One of those four hit the first 2 World Series home runs at the original Yankee Stadium.
Casey Stengel.
You are right.
Yep, I knew that.
You knew that? You must be watching my website too.
I am a fan.
All right, so we do have a winner. Should we give them a certificate to the hot dog guys? Do you think?
Sure.
Love those hot dogs.
All right, we will do. We'll get you something for sure.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, appreciate it very much. We're moving along. As we had mentioned earlier, the guys at Mattio's are open tonight until 9 o'clock.
Yeah, Mattio's, I know we used to set up down at where they're building the mill in Brackenridge.
Yeah.
Mattio's would come behind us and
Oh,
sell our, I know Paul and I, we would keep looking out the back of our trailer, like, when's Mattio's coming? So, oh, that pizza's good.
Okay,
The other Paul.
we have another Paul in the studio, and Paul's we'll probably spend a few minutes on what?
I don't know, with all these touchdowns in the NFL, like, you touch the pylons, and
Yeah.
I always thought even years ago, what a cheap way to get a touchdown. Do you think they should get rid of the pylons, or,
It's a good question.
That is a good
It's
question.
a good question. The pylons are actually physical reminders,
right?
as to where, the goal line is and what have you. But getting rid of it, it's a big, big step to take it away.
Yeah, I've always said, I don't know.
I like a few things that change, I mean, I like the football back in the 70s, when a catch was a catch, and, no forward progress. Well, there was a forward progress, I don't believe, in the 70s, was
I
it?
can't remember when there wasn't forward progress.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it goes, and I've been doing,
Okay.
Even high school sports.
I was young
then.
Me too.
Not saying you're old, Bob, that came out wrong.
Hey, pushing 74, baby. But I don't know. You take a look at all that we have, and I think we should take advantage of what we have done electronically in, with inventions. With the instant read, if you want to call it an invention.
Oh, yeah, you got the high def,
Yeah.
slow mo.
Yeah, and all of that sort of thing. You want to get the call right. So why is it in baseball that they refuse to have an electronic eye that would call the balls and the strikes?
Purists.
Right down, yeah, I know it would break tradition, but it would be so accurate.
Right. Yeah, my brother always talks about that. Having someone you can have the umpire behind the plate, but they had that pitch striker, that pitch. Thing
Yeah,
that,
the little box. Yeah.
Right. That somebody up in the booth
Now-
calling the balls and strikes for him, saying, "Oh, that was a strike. That was a
Now,
ball."
correct me if I'm wrong, and Paul may know this, but
Okay.
they say that the strike zone is established at the front of the plate, and it doesn't matter where you are in the batter's box. This is what I heard years ago. That the window of the strike is at the beginning of home plate. And if you're standing way back in the batter's box and a pitch comes in and it drops, and it looks like the catcher went down to the batter's ankles to get the ball,
Right.
it may have crossed. And I just went, is that true? Is that where the...
I always thought it was from the shoulder down to the knees, and
But where...
yeah, across the plate, like a shoulder to the knees, no matter how tall you were.
No, I thought it was the letters to the knees. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
but the fact that they throw the breaking ball and it'll
Right.
dip, or what have you.
I think
it's
Bob's right. I
At the
think, yeah.
front of the plate, and these guys are standing back in the batter's box.
Right.
It's always up. It's always up to the discretion of the umpire too. Everyone calls it differently. You
Yeah.
have sometimes the
Yeah, like in some
bigger
of
and smaller depending on the
the,
umpire.
like in some of the video games, it has like a line going from the shoulder and then the knees, and then a line coming up from both ends of the plate, and then you get that little rectangle, and that's where the strike zone is for that batter.
Yeah.
I think what you're talking about, Bob, is the way the ball breaks. Sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, it's it catches it early, but it looks like a ball, and,
Right.
and they call it a strike because it broke early in the
I'm
front of the plate.
interested in really talking to somebody
there a Major League
involved
umpire?
with, I guess we could go on MLB.com and get the answer to this thing, and maybe that's something we should look at, really. But anyway, Paul, you won last week, by the way.
Yes,
right?
I'm ineligible.
You're not eligible, but you got a load of prizes.
Yeah, Taco Bell, that restaurant in Oakmont, I keep forgetting. the name.
Carnivores.
That-
Carnivores.
And then,
I'll trade you some hot dog guy coupons.
and then at the sports page and,
Sports Page Bar and Grill at the Clarion.
yes, and Golden Dawn.
Golden Dawn Super was there, not
You're
today,
good to
but I
go.
was there yesterday. I was there Sunday morning, right after church.
And one more thing is, we were talking about the pylons.
Yeah.
Like in hockey, I know why they do it. I always thought the empty net goals,
Yeah.
I thought that was like a cheap way to win games. I always thought that. So what's your opinions on that?
You don't.
Well, they also.
I know why. I know why they do it, but it's kind of like a cheap way to win.
That's like pulling the goaltender too. You know, it gives them the extra man.
Right.
So they take that chance
Right.
by pulling the goaltender to leave their goal open.
But nobody does that with a lead.
No, I think when
No.
they're behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought you said, isn't it a cheap way to win? You've
I
already.
mean,
For the other team.
yeah. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah, but normally they're ahead. Yeah, when they.
Okay, I'll get
Yeah.
this straight.
So
I'll think
when-
about it on the drive home.
So when it backfires on them, it's a cheap way to win. I guess that's what I was trying to say, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. You want to keep it,
Yeah.
just straightforward scoring.
Yeah, 5-1, yeah. So I always thought, but, I know why they do it, so it doesn't bother me that they keep on doing it. So I've always thought that, so. Good.
All right. Paul, thank you. Appreciate
Okay.
it very much.
Okay, very good.
Congratulations on winning
Okay,
last
thank
week
you.
as well. Final commercial break, and then we've got Rich on the line from Cheswick, and we'll do that when we return. Stay right with us. Since 1914, people in the local area have relied on the Resevich family in deepest time of need. The Resevich family is the oldest established name in the funeral profession in the AK Valley. Its reputation and unquestionable service speaks for itself. Now the proud tradition of service continues with a fourth generation. The Resevich family serves the AK Valley from two locations, 5th Avenue Arnold and Leechburg Road, Lower Burrell.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Welcome to Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, the place for big appetites. Their great sandwich selection includes the Geronimo, piled high with generous portions of meat and fixings. Their barbecue ribs are the best in town. Half rack or full rack, they don't come better. Buffalo Bill's wings are everybody's favorite. Uniquely oven-baked, not deep-fried, and yet so crispy. Your choice of 13 flavored seasonings. Grab a bucket for the big game. Eat in or take out, credit cards accepted. Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, Freeport Road, New Kensington, across from Faldarelli Square.
And we're coming up on Christmas very quickly. It's going to be here before you know it. Get a copy of my book. It's under $20. Bob Tattern's Sports Minutes. There are over 300 one-minute sports stories in the book. Each story is on its own page. Lots of time you can spend with the book and not worrying about reading a whole chapter. One story at a time, 300 plus stories. By the way, it's available locally at Costello Printing in Tarentum, Blackburn's in Tarentum, Myrna's Brewery Outlet in New Kensington, and of course, my good buddies here with the Hot Dog Guys. And tell them the deal if they get the book at your hot dog shop.
When you get the book, you also get a hat, and we'll throw in a free hot dog.
Ooh, wonderful.
We'll
Hey,
charge you, but we're going to charge you $5 for the bond. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
no strings attached. Hey, we better get to Rich before the evening runs out. Rich, thank you for the call. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you doing?
Good. Hey, I wonder why he didn't play Bell yesterday in the second quarter. He only had like 61 yards, but he only had 15 carries. He didn't play much in the second quarter.
I was wondering about that too.
Who's
Bell?
Right.
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell, yeah.
I mean, after that hit he took in Baltimore, you know, I'm wondering if that concussion symptoms were coming back. But yeah, I was wondering the same thing. I was like,
There's
where
no
did
way
Bell
the
go?
announcers would know unless somebody fed them some kind of a report.
There was no. I didn't hear anything come out of the
nothing,
locker room.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea why he didn't.
But he got a nice response after the first couple of times he ran the ball in that, the opening drive.
Yeah, he didn't do too bad. He had like 44 yards, and I couldn't remember how many carries though. But yeah. Did you hear anything about why he was gone?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, see, neither did I. I haven't heard anything about it.
I wonder why Haley doesn't pull any like halfback option passes. You know, the last one that had a halfback option pass was Jerome Bettis. That had to be about 10 years ago. The trick play, he don't have no trick plays.
They do a couple, but it's almost.
You know why? Maybe because of something like that, because of the offensive line.
The offensive line.
They're so
They don't know which way they're
quick
going to
in.
go.
Yeah, they're so quick in on Ben as it is.
Well, they've been doing pretty good the last couple of. I think that's the first game he had a sack in 3 games. The first game he had one sack, one sack and a hurry up, and he got caught from behind.
Yeah.
So.
Well, then they have to win the next 3 games. They'll be 8-8. But
Yeah,
these
which
other teams that are ahead of them, they got some tough games this week.
Well, Green Bay, Cleveland, and who do we finish with?
Well, Cincinnati
Browns.
next week.
Yeah.
That's some.
It's Cincinnati.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cincinnati, Cleveland, and
Browns.
Green Bay. Not necessarily in that order, but we can do it.
But you know what? San Diego's still on. They got to go to Denver.
But is 8-8 enough?
And Miami has to go. They're going to play New England.
Yeah, Miami's got a tough schedule.
And the Jets are playing Carolina. And Tennessee's playing Arizona. So there's a possibility that all those teams will lose. Baltimore's at Detroit. Detroit, you never know what team's going to show up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's hard to believe that 5-8 we still have a chance.
Unbelievable.
That's just unbelievable.
Mathematically, they're still alive.
Yeah, mathematically.
Rich, do you want to go for multiple choice?
Yes.
All right. The only reason I'm asking now is we are running toward the end of the show, and I believe it's your turn, right?
What are we doing? Multiple choice?
Multiple choice question number 3.
Number 3? All right, Rich, you ready?
This is not an easy question either.
It doesn't look like one. Okay. What pro athlete wrote A Hard Road to Glory, the history of the African American athlete?
It's the book, yeah.
It's the book. What pro athlete wrote A Hard Road to Glory, the history of the African American athlete? Was it Arthur Ashe, Muhammad Ali, Frank Robinson, or Jackie Robinson?
I'm going to say Arthur Ashe.
That is correct.
How about
Arthur Ashe.
that? Well, we had 2 winners.
That was just a plain guess, sir.
Hey, Rich, thank you.
Okay, guys.
And congrats on the win.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys all, of course, next week. We got to run real quick here, so thanks, partner.
No, you're welcome.
Okay, for coming on. We'll catch you next week at the same time. I'm Bob Tattern.
I'm James Martin.
And good night.
Thank you for watching Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toronto and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Burl in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington.